I tend to spend more time inside during the winter months, so this homemade meatball and tomato sauce recipe was really perfect for a lazy Sunday at home. Here I am making some breadcrumbs with some sourdough left over from the freezer. You could certainly use pork rinds if you want to keep this recipe really low carb, but I don't like to waste, and the sourdough made really great breadcrumbs. Just toasted it in the oven and then pulsed it to make that fine breadcrumb. The meatball recipe I'll link in the description if you feel more comfortable with a recipe, but I used about 2 pounds of ground beef, a half a pound of Italian sausage, some parmesan, 2 eggs, a little parsley, a splash of heavy cream, and some salt and pepper. This is a cookie scoop, but it was also marketed as a meat scoop, so I recently bought it because I thought it'd be really helpful for making meatballs. And these are gonna go in the oven for about 22 minutes at 375. Cleaning as you go makes cooking way more enjoyable. Don't have a ton of dishes at the end. While those are in the oven, I'm gonna make a simple Italian salad with a homemade red wine vinaigrette dressing. I love to make dressings at home. They taste so much better than the ones you buy in the store. You can control the ingredients and they come together really easily. I don't think I've bought a store-bought dressing in like 20 years. Once I figured out that you could make dressing at home, I really never went back. So a little pepperoni, some of those cherry peppers, salt, pepper, cucumber, really whatever you like in your salad. So these meatballs are done. They're gonna cook a little bit more in the sauce when we make that later, but they can just hang out on the stove for now. So in that dressing, I am using a little bit of Dijon that helps the dressing come together, but totally optional. Some red wine vinegar. And you could shake this up, but I find that mixing it really helps to emulsify it. That's olive oil, and then I do put a little bit of the Trader Joe's ranch seasoning in there. I know that sounds funny, but I find it gives it a good flavor. So, and tends to taste more like an Italian dressing that you get in a restaurant, which I happen to really like. Okay, we're gonna put this tomato sauce together. It's pretty simple, and it's not gonna simmer that long, so you can do this maybe half hour, 45 minutes before you want to serve dinner. This is passata tomatoes, which are strained and pureed tomatoes, and they're usually in glass jars in the tomato section. I like tomato passata because you can add your own salt to your liking, and it's a really simple flavor. Tablespoon of tomato paste, about a half a cup of beef bone broth, a splash of wine. I'm not a big drinker, but I usually have those little small bottles of wine in my pantry for cooking. Stirring this up with a whisk. Salt. That's a white pepper here. If you don't have white pepper, that's a good pantry item to add. Tastes a little different than black pepper, and I really like it for sauces like this. So we're gonna nest those meatballs in this sauce. They are gonna simmer for about a half hour. Stir them up. Later on, we are gonna add some basil and a splash of heavy cream to make this a little creamier. Everyone really liked this recipe, including me. The meatballs were really, really tender. I'll definitely be making these on repeat. And this recipe made a lot, so this served 2 people with a little bit of leftovers, and I have about 18 more meatballs in the freezer, which will make a really easy weeknight dinner at some other point when I'm busy. The older I get, the more I appreciate having ready-made things like that, like meatballs in the freezer or other sources of protein that are easy to throw together for a dinner. Definitely dress your salad before you serve it. I would suggest dressing it right before dinner time. Tongs help to coat all those leaves. Rule of thumb when dressing your salads at home, You can always add more dressing later, but if it gets too drenched, it kind of ruins the salad. Let me know if you end up making your own homemade dressing, or if you've been making homemade dressing. It's a big game changer for salads. Okay, so let's add a little bit of basil right at the end to these meatballs. Totally optional, but I think this looks really Christmassy and adds like a nice flavor. I hope you enjoy, and follow for more if you like to cook at home.